Hey guys, it's Ari here. I am making this video to talk about my changes within the first 3 weeks of testosterone. It is January 2nd, 2013. My name is Ari, and this is my voice 3 weeks on testosterone. Alright, first of all, as you may have noticed, my voice is already a little deeper. I started out, I have taken 4 shots now. My first shot was a half dose, and then the remaining 3 were 0.5 cc full doses. And holy crap, on a full dose, this shit happens fast. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything for your vocal intonations, so I have to learn to talk like this, apparently, if I want to pass. Alright, but it is lower. I noticed I went to my girlfriend's family's church for Christmas, and I could sing lower notes than I have ever been able to in my entire life. And not to mention when I tried to sing in my old, like, I was an alto before, but could hit some soprano notes. Now there's, like, no chance I could get up there to start squeaking like I'm a 13-year-old boy. And I didn't really anticipate, I don't know, I guess for me, I didn't really anticipate losing that range so quickly. I am eating a lot. I am like always freaking hungry. But interestingly enough, I'm not gaining any weight, and my body is usually really kind of responsive, hyper responsive to whatever I'm putting in it. So I can usually lose weight quickly if I'm making an effort. I can also gain weight quickly if I have a week where I eat a bunch of crap. But it stayed relatively steady despite eating, I mean, I would say probably 800 more calories a day than I normally do, which needs to stop anyway. But yeah, I'm always hungry. I basically have the appetite of a teenage boy. I get what that's like now. I get muscle cramps in random places at weird times, like, you know, I used to get Charlie horses when I would wear high heels, which are the devil. Right? Okay, back in my wayward femme days. So that would be the only time that I would get Charlie horses, and I guess if I think about it, I think I got them in puberty when I was having growing pains. Now it's been like consistently, a couple of times a week where I just get this sharp shooting pain in my calf, and I wonder, like, holy crap, are my muscles growing in my sleep? And I'm not even, that's cool. Don't even have to put effort into that shit. Some of the more negative things that have happened, right now I am wearing makeup for the first time in like 6 months, just foundation, because I have these breakouts. You can kind of see underneath. I have breakouts on both sides of my cheeks, so my skin is definitely oilier. It seems to me like my body odor has increased or changed in a certain way, actually, where I don't necessarily even recognize my own pheromonal smell. I mean, I was fairly hygienic before. I didn't do well without a daily shower, but like now it's a necessity. And I feel like fighting and watching action movies and working on cars and all this shit. I'm like, is this? I cuss a lot in these videos. I should make this like a mom. I should make a mom-safe version. Okay. Basically, though, I have this increased interest in violence and in, like, almost like special effects. Stuff that, I liked before, but I didn't necessarily enjoy in the same way, where it, like, sucks me in. So I'm here to tell you that there are real biological and chemical differences between boys and girls that I did not believe when I was doing my gender studies major at my liberal arts college. Yeah. I really think that this could partially be a response to how I think, men should act. But I don't know. I'm pretty okay being a fag. I think a lot of it is simply sheerly hormonal. And when I get upset, I had a day the other day. I was feeling really overwhelmed and just kind of frustrated and angry about some stuff, and I didn't have a space to really vent or get out of the situation I was in, so it just was like a pressure cooker. And what I really wanted to do was, like, sit down and just
cry and just like sob and just be done with it. I don't necessarily feel that way a lot. I didn't feel that way a lot pre-T, but I know that at times it's been helpful. And man, I really wanted to cry and I couldn't. Like, all I could feel was angry, and then there was nowhere to put that anger. And so that was a little unusual for me and a little overwhelming. I actually had a moment where I was sort of like, maybe I want to be going actually on a lower dose, simply because I didn't expect maybe the depth of internal changes. You know, I'd done a lot of research about the physical changes, and then anytime somebody told me about internal stuff, I don't know, I sort of blew it off. I was like, no way is this going to happen to me. I'm emotionally mature. I'm almost 25 years old. No. T turns you into a 12-year-old boy, and that's about what I am. Which brings me to my last point. The stuff they say about your libido increasing, even if you have a high libido to start with, look at this guy, you should listen. The frequency of my sexual fantasies has just quadrupled. And not only that, but they're not intentional like they used to be. I mean, I had a fairly healthy, active sex life and sex drive before, but now it's like I can see a random girl on the street and my mind just sort of takes me there. And sex and masturbation are more like necessities right now than leisure activities. I really didn't think this was going to hit me. Simply because I was like, I'm kind of a stud, you know? How can I get more sexual? Yeah, it's more like getting more desperate. And femininity, I don't know, I've gotten this, I'm pansexual, I like all sorts of people, all sorts of bodies, but to me right now, the contrast between what I perceive to be male and female bodies, and thus the contrast between like me and like my feminine partners, it's really working for me. It's working for me. New catchphrase. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that though, because I know as a lot of guys progress further along in their transition, that they actually start getting more and more attracted to and drawn to masculinity and expressions of masculinity. So I don't know where that will take me. This month I am all about girls. Alright, that's about it. Happy New Year. I plan to make a video on January 12th, which will be my 1 month mark. And yeah, hopefully I'll be, you know, a little lower and I'll have a full beard. Yeah. Okay. See you guys.